Welcome to day 3 of 28 days of yoga. Today we're going to start in Sukhasana. Bring your hands to your knees and let's get started making some circles on our spine. So we're going to go to the right all the way in front of you and to the left and round your back all the way behind and move just in circles however feels good for you right now. If you find a sweet spot you want to stay in for a second, go ahead. We're just going to stretch out our spine. Take deep breaths as you do this, in and out through your nose. Going in one direction, I'll let you know when we're going to switch the other way. Really just listening to what your body wants right now and doing that. So maybe you're not even doing the circles, you could just be sitting there in stillness if that's what you desire. And if you are doing the circles, let's start going in the opposite direction. Pushing your chest out, looking up, going to the right, rounding your back, looking down, and going to the left. Taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. There are actually cultures who believe that everyone has a set number of breaths in this life. So the longer and slower your breaths are, the longer your life may be. Okay, now we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky, interlace your fingers, and look over to the right. Making a little twist here, using your ribs first to turn to the right side, and then bringing your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind you. Reaching behind you, you can look behind you at that right hand if it's okay on your neck. And with every inhale, I want you to sit up taller, reaching the crown of your head up to the sky. And every exhale, try to twist a little more, using that back right hand to reach, not cranking into it. That would be a bit harsh on your spine. So we're going to be gentle and do what feels good. Inhale your arms back up to the sky. Reach, 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 reach. Ground down with the base of your spine into the earth. Reach the top, the crown of your head, up to the sky, creating a nice long line. Interlace your hands again with the other pinky on top. Reach your arms up and turn to the left, using your ribs to turn. Taking a breath here before bringing your right hand down to your left knee and your left hand behind you. You can turn and look at that left hand if that's okay for your neck. And every inhale, sit up a bit taller. Every exhale, twist a bit more. Reach your arms back up to the sky. Bring your hands together at heart center. Take a deep breath here. Now we're going to take our right hand, bring it over your head onto your left ear, and not pulling, just using the weight of your hand to help guide your right ear to your right shoulder. Getting a nice stretch in the side of your neck. And then taking your left hand, and you can move it around, going up, down, all around until you find a good stretch. You can play around with that. You can move your neck in different angles as well. Getting a nice stretch in your neck. Stay sitting nice and tall, and that will really help you get into your neck and stretch. Really moving in whatever way feels good. And then inhale your arms all the way up. And we're going to take our left hand to our right ear, our left ear to our left shoulder, and our right hand is going to move around until we find that nice stretch. You can move in all different ways until you find what feels good for you. And then inhale your arms all the way up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head. And again, we're not going to pull on our neck. You're just using your hands to help guide your neck to look down. So don't pull or yank. It's just the added weight from your hands is going to help assist you in the stretch. Breathing into that stretch in the back of your neck. And then look up, all the way up, bending your back a little bit, and bring your hands down. Bring your soles of your feet together, coming into butterfly. Flap those butterfly wings a bit if you wanna. You are going to pull your feet out in front of you a little bit, make it pretty wide so you have these big obtuse triangles for legs, or however it looks in your body. It could look different. And then you're going to round your back and fold forward. Breathing here if it feels nice. And then sit up. Bring your feet all the way as close as you can to your body. Keep your spine nice and long so we're not rounding this time. And you're going to fold forward with a nice long spine as much as you can. And slowly sit back up. Keep your left leg bent and your right leg is going to go out straight that way. And open up, reaching your left arm up above you, grabbing your right foot with your right hand on the inside of your foot. And just getting that nice side stretch before lifting your arms up to the sky, facing that right foot. And with a long spine, you're going to fold forward, keeping your spine from bending. I would rather you bend this knee than bend your back. So don't do this. Keep your spine nice and long and fold forward. It's okay if you stay up here. However you look today is totally fine. And if you want to go deeper, bend your knee. You want to bring your stomach to your thigh. And then bend this right leg, keeping your right foot flat on the floor. Take your right arm, wrap it around that leg. Take your left arm and try to meet your right hand behind you to open up your chest. If your hands can't touch, you can always grab your shirt or a strap with your left hand. And look towards the left, if that's okay on your neck. And then bring that right leg down so you're back into butterfly. And you're gonna keep this leg here. You're gonna bring your left leg out to the side. And then with your left hand, reach toward that left leg and reach your right hand up to the sky, getting a nice side stretch, opening up, keeping that left foot flexed and grabbing on the inside of the foot. And then reach your arms up to the sky and turn towards that left foot and fold forward, keeping your spine nice and long. It's totally, totally cool to just stay up here if that's where you are today. It's better for your body to stay in more alignment and do the poses properly than to create a shape. that might end up doing more harm than good in the long run. So it doesn't matter what the pose looks like, just that you're getting a stretch. And then come back up, bend that left leg, keeping that foot on the floor, taking your left arm and wrapping it around your left leg, and then meeting your hands together by taking your right arm back behind you. And if you can't reach, you can always grab your shirt, or you can use a yoga strap or a belt or even a towel or anything to bridge that gap behind you. So you would take something like, say you have a little blanket or something. Oh my goodness. You would take this and you would use this to grab onto so that you can reach your hands together if your hands aren't reaching. Okay, so you're going to come back into butterfly and then bring both legs out wide. Inhale your arms all the way up and keeping your spine nice and long. Fold forward as much as you comfortably can. Keeping your feet flexed, pointed up to the ceiling, and a nice long line from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And then sit all the way up, and we are going to make our ways on to our bellies. So bring your arms to your sides, your forehead on your mat. Take a few breaths here. And then bring your forearms onto your mat, parallel with each other, fingers facing the top of your mat. Your your elbows are underneath your shoulders, coming up into a Sphinx pose. So your feet are flat on the ground, lifting your shoulders up and pulling them back. Look up and come back down. And then on your next inhale, look up once again, coming into that Sphinx pose. Now you can begin to put your weight on your hands and lift your forearms off the ground, and now you are in a cobra pose. Come all the way back down, bring your hands to your sides, interlace your hands behind you, and lift up your chest and look up with your head. Breathing here. And your feet are still on the earth. And come back down with your arms in front of you. Take a few breaths. And then once again, using the other pinky on top as you interlace your fingers, pull up your chest, look up, and this time, if you want to, you can lift your legs up as well. And then coming all the way back down. Bring the palms of your hands onto the mat. Lift up into cobra, and then if you want to bring your thighs and knees off the ground, so only the palms of your hands and the tops of your feet are touching, coming into upward facing dog, pushing back into downward facing dog. Bend your knees, bring your stomach to your thighs, push up, pushing through all 10 fingers on your mat, twisting your arms outward, pressing your hips all the way up, and then slowly straightening your legs. The goal is for your heel to touch the earth, but it's totally okay if it never touches. Now we're going to bicycle our legs, so bending one knee and then the other. On your next inhale, raise your right leg as high up as you can, and then step it in between your hands, lining up your front heel with your back heel. The back toes are facing diagonally towards the front left side of your mat, keeping your ankle directly beneath your knee. Rise up into warrior one. And exhale, bring your hands together. Put your hands on either side of your foot. Step back into plank. Bend your arms into chaturanga. Push up into upward facing dog or cobra. And push back into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg all the way up as high as you can, keeping your hips level, and then step it in between your hands. Keeping your front heel in line with your back heel, your back toes facing diagonally towards the right side of your mat, your ankle below your knee. Step all the way up into warrior one. Bring your hands together and come all the way down. Back into plank, bending your elbows into chaturanga, pushing up into upward facing dog or cobra, and pushing back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your right foot all the way up, bend your knee, open your hip. And then step it in between your two hands, turning your back foot. So now the sole, the middle, the arch of your back foot is in line with the heel of your front foot, and your back toes are facing the side of your mat, still keeping your ankle directly below your knee, and opening up towards the side of your mat into warrior two. Inhale and reach your arm up, reversing your warrior, and come back into warrior two on your exhale. Interlace your fingers behind you, opening your chest, and exhale into humble warrior, lifting your arms up above your head and reaching your head towards your mat. You can rest your shoulder on your knee. And then coming back into warrior two. Inhale your arms up, turning your front foot so that it's in line with your back foot. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up, get some length in your back. And exhale, fold forward. Keeping your toes, your big toes slightly turned in toward each other. Inhale your arms all the way up. Turn out your back foot, so your left foot, your toes are going to face the back of your mat, and your heel is going to line up with the arch of your right foot. Bring your knee above your ankle and open up into warrior two on the other side. Exhale and reverse your warrior, lifting your left arm up above you and coming back into warrior two. Interlace your fingers using the other side and exhale into humble warrior, lifting your arms above your head, stretching out your shoulders. Be sure to keep weight in your back foot and your front foot. Try to keep an equal amount of weight in both feet. Stand up into warrior two. Inhale your arms above your head, straighten that front leg, turn your foot, so now you're in wide-legged forward fold. Look up and get some length. And then you're going to slowly heel toe your feet together and come down into Malasana, to a squat. So your knees and toes are tracking in the same direction. You could be up here, you could be down here, whatever your body looks like today. Your butt is not touching the earth. So you're going to make a line from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, maybe tucking your tailbone under you, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center. You can use your elbows to press your knees. Breathing here. You can stay right here, and if you want to, you can take your right arm and wrap it around your right leg and meet your left arm behind you. Take a bind, stretching at your shoulders. Come back to center and take a bind on the left side, wrapping your left arm around your left leg and meeting your right hand behind you. Come back to center. Sit down on your bum. Bring your legs out wide on either side. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. keeping your toes pointed up to the sky and a nice long spine. Come on up. Bring your feet together, making an L with your body. Your toes are pointed up to the sky, so your feet are flexed. Legs are straight and your back is straight. So the base of your spine is grounding into earth. The top of your head is reaching up to the sky. Your arms are reaching up to the sky. Breathing here. Bring your hands down to your side, touching the earth. Bring your shoulders up, pull them back, and drop them down. Inhale your arms up, reach to the sky. Breathe here. Keeping your toes flexed, pointed to the sky. Keeping your legs straight. It's okay to relax your legs a bit if you need to. On your next exhale, keeping your spine long, fold forward as much as you can. Think about bringing your stomach to your thighs. It's okay to bend your legs if you want to. The more you bend your legs, the more of a lower back stretch this becomes. And the more you keep your legs straight, it becomes more of a leg stretch. So if you really want to get into your lower back, you could bend your knees as much as you want and just fold forward and then try to straighten them a bit. The important thing is keeping your spine long and straight. Play around here. And then whenever you're ready, meet me back to where we were in our L shape with our hands reaching up to the sky. Your toes pointed. If you're not back here yet, go ahead and meet us here. And then we're going to bring our hands down to our sides. And as slowly as you possibly can, make your way onto your back. Keeping your spine as long as you can and moving as slowly as you can. You can bring your hands behind you when you get further down, or do this however you want to, meeting me on your back, laying down on your mat. Now keep your feet flexed. Lift your right leg as far as you can, as close as you can to you. Hold it up here all on its own, pulling it into your body just with the force of your leg as much as you can. Both feet are flexed, leg is straight, pulling it in. Now put it down, and we're going to pull in the left leg. Just using the strength of your leg, both feet are flexed, your legs are straight, and just pulling your left leg to you as close as you can. And put that leg down. Now keeping your back on the ground, your hands on the ground. Lift up both legs, keeping your feet flexed, your legs straight, and pull them in as close as you can. Now you can grab your feet or the back of your legs or the back of your thighs, whatever is easiest for you, and pull them in even further. It's okay if you want to bend your knees. Remember, the more you bend your knees, the more you get this stretch in your lower back, and the straighter you keep them, the more it becomes a leg stretch. So play around here and then meet me all the way back in our Shavasana pose, but we're not taking Shavasana yet, almost. So I want you to inhale and bring that right leg up, and this time you can grab behind the thigh and pull it in a bit closer if you want to. Then take your left hand and put it in a T on the ground, just straight out to the side. Keeping your left hip on the ground, so you might actually want to put your hand here, but if you feel confident, you can keep your hand out to the side. And you're going to bring your right leg out to the side, out to the right side, opening up your hip. So if you feel this left hip popping off the ground, you might want to press down on it with your left hand. And then you can look over your left side if that feels okay for you. And then bring that leg back up to center. Grab behind the thigh and pull it in close to you once again. Now you're going to take your left hand and grab your calf on the right side, taking your right hand and bringing it flat on the ground and pulling your leg out to your left, getting a nice twist. Looking over your right side, if that's okay with your neck, keeping your leg as straight as you can. This one is pretty intense. And bringing it back to center, pulling it in one more time and then putting it down. Now your right leg is a bit longer than your left leg, so we're going to have to even that out. Lift your left leg and pull it in towards you. Open up your leg, drop it to the left, looking towards your right. Remember to be mindful of your right hip, that it's not popping up, and if you feel that it is, press down on it lightly with your right hand. Coming back to center and pulling your leg close to you once again, before dropping your left leg over to the right and looking towards your left side. Raise your leg back up to center, pull it in, and then hug in both of your legs. Drop off both knees to the right side, look over your left. Pull them into center and drop them over to the right, to the left, and look over your right. Sorry. Pull them in one more time and take this opportunity to do any other pose, any other practice that you want to do right now. You can make some circles on your lower back. Do anything you want right now to help you feel good, help set you up for the rest of your day. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and meet me in Shavasana. We're going to get quiet here. Let go of any tension in your body. Try to completely relax into the earth. Allow your thoughts to float away. Although they will pop up, instead of holding on to them and thinking deeper, allow them to continue to float across the sky in your mind like clouds. slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Reach your arms above your head, stretch out. Roll off onto your side. And very slowly meet me back into Sukhasana, easy seated pose, or crisscross applesauce, you may call it. Bring your hands together at heart center. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to the universe, and be kind to all life everywhere. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in 28 days of yoga. That was day 3, and tomorrow be sure to come back for day 4.